Good morning, dear student. Today we shall study regarding the female reproductive system in this video lecture. You all know that the female reproductive system is located in the pelvis region. It includes a pair of ovaries, a pair of oviduct, uterus, cervix, vagina and the external genitalia. Here, as in the male reproductive system, here also there are accessory ducts. For example, here oviducts, uterus and the vagina, these three are the accessory ducts of the female reproductive system. Along with that, you also have a pair of mammary glands for the nourishment of the offsprings. These all parts, they are integrated structurally and functionally to support the process of the ovulation, the fertilization, the pregnancy, the birth and the child care. Now this is the sectional view through the pelvis. It is the female reproductive system of the sectional view through the pelvis. You no need to draw this diagram for exam. There is another diagram. See this one. This is the sectional view of the female reproductive system, which is very much important. It is asked for 5 marks. Understood? See here. Let us study this female reproductive system with the help of the diagram. Here, these are the, can you see the pink structures here? These are a pair of ovaries. These are the pair of ovaries. These are the female primary sexual organs or the sex organs that produces a ovum. Ovum is a female gamete and also secrete several steroid hormones. The ovaries secrete several steroid hormones. Each ovaries are located on each side of the lower abdomen. Each ovary is about 2 to 4 centimeters in length and it is connected to a pelvic wall and the uterus by ligaments. Okay. Each ovary is about, which is of 2 to 4 centimeters and they are connected to the pelvic wall and the uterus by ligaments. Can you see our short ligaments? And each ovary is covered by a thin epithelium. Each ovary is covered by a thin epithelium which encloses the ovarian stroma. And again the stroma is divided into the peripheral cortex and the inner medulla. These are the two zones. We can study the TS of ovary in the next slide. And also the above here, next is the fallopian tube. Can you see here this one? This one, it is called as a fallopian tube, which is the main necessary duct of this female reproductive system. This is the oviduct, or it is also called as a fallopian tube. Each fallopian tube is about 10 to 12 centimeters in long. It is 10 to 12 centimeters in long and extends from the periphery of the ovary to the uterus to a closed part of the ovary. Can you see here this one? The closed part of the ovary, which is a funnel shaped structure, this is called infundibulum. This is called infundibulum. The funnel like structure is called as the infundibulum. The edge of the infundibulum possess a finger like projections. These are called as fimbriae. These are called as the fimbriae, which helps in collection of the egg or the ovum that is released by the ovary after ovulation. Okay, what is the function of the fimbriae? Which helps in the collection of the ovum after the ovulation from the ovary. It collects the egg. The main function of fimbriae is to collect the egg and transfer throughout the fallopian tube or the oviduct. Next, infundibulum leads, goes to the upper part. Infundibulum leads to a wider part of the oviduct called as ampulla. After infundibulum, it opens into ampulla. Okay, after ampulla, the last part of the oviduct or the fallopian tube is the isthmus. Which is a narrow lumen and it joins to the uterus. Understood? Here next you come to the uterus. You can see here the pear shaped structure. This part is called as the uterus, or it is also called the womb anta kariteve. The shape of the uterus is like a inverted pear shape. pear shape, and it is supported by the ligaments attached to the pelvic wall. The uterus open into a narrow canal-like structure which is called as opens into a narrow canal-like structure called as cervix, and later the cervical canal and the vagina. Okay, vagina, which is the birth canal. The uterus wall, can you see here the uterus wall? This is the wall of the uterus. The uterus wall has the three layers. It is lined by three layers, that is the external thin membrane called as perimetrium. Okay, external means outer. Perimetrium, the middle, the thick layer of the smooth muscles, it is called as myometrium. And last one, the inner layer, which is the glandular layer, called as the endometrium, that lines the uterine cavity. That lines the uterine cavity. Understood? The uterus is lined by the three layers. One is outer perimetrium, middle myometrium, and the inner glandular endometrium. Next, the main function of the endometrium is it undergoes cyclic changes during the menstrual cycle. It undergoes cyclic changes during the menstrual cycle, while myometrium exhibits a strong uterine contractions during the delivery of the baby. Myometrium, what does it do? It exhibits a strong uterine contractions during the delivery of the baby. See, you understood this diagram? You can see next slide. See what I have already explained here. Once again you can revise it. Now let us see the structure of the ovary. Structure of the ovary. See this one. When you take the TS structure of the ovary, it is lined by a thin germinal epithelium. You can find two regions here. The outer region is called the corticular region, and inner one is called the stroma or the medullary region. Here the follicular development takes place in the cortical region only. The follicular development takes place in the cortical region only. These are the ovarian ligaments, as I said in the previous slide. These are the ovarian ligaments. These are the primary follicles. These are the primary follicles. With the help of the FSH hormone, they start growing and they become the primary oocyte, the secondary oocyte, the tertiary oocyte, and the mature follicle called as the Graafian follicle. And once after there is a rupture and the release of the ovum, okay, the ovum which is collected by the fallopian tube. Afterwards, the empty part which is called as the yellowish cells which are present here, which secrete a hormone called progesterone, that is called as a corpus luteum. See here, corpus luteum. And also afterwards it degenerates and becomes a scar in the ovary which is called as a corpus albicans. See here, this is the TS of the ovary. Developing follicles in the different stages. The primary follicle develops into Graafian follicle with the help of the mature ovum. On mature around 14th day of menstrual cycle and ruptures the release of the oocyte, or the process is called as ovulation, as just I explained there. After release, follicles filled with the blood clot and then the yellow cells are called as the corpus luteum, which secrete a hormone called as progesterone. Understood? As I already said, these are the oviducts, the uterus and the vagina are called the accessory ducts here. See, listen here. Once again you have the clear view here. This is the uterine fallopian tube. This is the ovary section, the infundibulum, the ampulla and the isthmus. Here oviduct of fallopian tube, there are 10 to 12 centimeters in the length. Okay, the part which is closer to the ovary funnel shaped structure is called as infundibulum, and the finger like projections are called as fimbriae, which is helpful for the collection of the ovum or the egg after ovulation. I observed this diagram. Next, as we discussed already, the uterus, which is called the womb. The womb, the wall of the uterus has the three layers are the tissues: perimetrium, myometrium and the endometrium. Perimetrium, which is the external thin membranous. Myometrium, middle thick layer of the smooth muscles of the strong contractions during the delivery of the baby. Endometrium, which is inner glandular layer, lines the uterus cavity, uterine cavity, with the help of the cyclic changes, as we revised already. Next, we have to study the external genitalia. The external genitalia. Here in the female, the external genitalia includes mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, hymen and clitoris. Here these are the 5 main external genitalia of the females. One is called as the mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, hymen and the clitoris. Hymen and the clitoris. Here the mons pubis, which is a pad of fatty tissue covered with hair, is called as mons pubis. And later the slide flaps, the labia majora and the labia minora. This labia majora, it is the fleshy folds of the tissue surrounds the vaginal opening. Next is the labia minora. These are the paired folds of the tissues under labia majora. Next is the clitoris. These are the tiny finger structure lies at the upper junction of the 2 labia majora. Next is the hymen. Hymen, it is the just inside the opening of the vagina, often torn during the first coitus or the intercourse. Okay. Next, these are all the structure of the external genitalia. Remember this one. Sometimes it may be asked for 3 or 2 marks. Mention the parts of the external genitalia in the female reproductive system. Then you can answer. It includes main mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, clitoris and the hymen. Okay. This is all about the female reproductive system. Understood? Thank you. In the next class, we shall discuss regarding the mammary glands. Detail about the mammary glands. Thank you.